Enjoy the action. It's Fenerbahçe against Rangers in the Europa League with Stephen Thompson and Liam McLeod.
Thanks, Kenny. We are in the Sarakoglu Stadium here in Istanbul on the Asian side of the Bosphorus, to the northern shore of the Sea of Marmara, and Rangers resuming their European campaign after that excellent league phase that saw them finish in the top 8 and skip the playoff round. Fenerbahçe finished 24th in that league phase and only came through on goal difference. So they scraped in, yet they are big favourites tonight against the side that finished 8th in that league phase. This is the third and fourth meetings between the clubs, who have only been paired together once before. It was in the Champions League qualifiers in 2001, with the Turks emerging 2-1 in aggregate. The first leg of that tie was goalless at Ibrox. Michael Moles was sent off for Rangers, who had plenty injury problems to deal with, including the absence of interim manager Barry Ferguson, who was joined on the sidelines by Amoruso, Nerlinger, De Boer and Reina, though most returned for the second leg. Neil McCann, who's part of the setup, missed that second leg as well. He was denied by an excellent save in the game in Glasgow, where the man of the match was 18-year-old Stephen Hughes. Fernando Rickson's goal in 74 minutes of the second leg was not enough as Rangers exited, and here they are 24 years later and back in Istanbul and looking to make inroads in this first leg. Can they take this tie alive back to Glasgow next Thursday evening? The Rangers side tonight: Butland in goal, Tavernier, Suter, Proper, Yilmaz, Barron and Raskin, Czerny, Diamonde, Jefte, Dessers. That is the Rangers lineup. Fenerbahçe, Grebayat in goal, Soyuncu, Skriniar and Akticek at the back, with Mulder and Kostic, who scored for Eintracht Frankfurt in the penalty shootout in the final of this tournament against Rangers in Seville in 2022. Amrabat and Szymanski in the middle. Tadic will support El Naziri and Dzeko. And that's the Fenerbahçe side. Lots of familiar names in that team. Rangers are going to kick this one off. They're going to shoot from right to left as we watch up at the back. The main stand high above the two technical areas. The Spanish referee is just about ready to go, and Stephen just pointing out here that it looks like Rangers are going with a 3 at the back, with Yilmaz as the right wing back and Jefte over on the left. We'll see how that works out for them. Rangers kick off in Turkey, and it's rolled back to John Suter, who's made a welcome return to their starting 11 tonight. His high ball towards the Fenerbahçe 18-yard line is headed away by Soyuncu. Almost 50,000 capacity, this stadium, and what a noise, what an atmosphere as the home fans try and roar on their heroes. Rangers are going to have to try and settle quickly, Stephen Thompson, if possible.
Yeah, they will do. I mean, I'm actually really surprised that just when they were lining up there to see Yilmaz going to the right-hand side of the pitch and the Rangers going to a back 3 with Tavernier, the right-hand side of that 3, Suter in the middle and Proper on the left. They're very interesting to see how they play. It's obviously something that the coaching staff have looked at, and there it is. You know, Kenny asked me before the match if there's anything tactically they would change. This is a big change.
It's a huge change. When was the last time they did this? Tavernier at right centre back, Suter in the middle, Proper to the left, and it's with Robin Proper here, rolls it low out to Jefte on the touchline on the near side, fires it infield to Raskin, first time ball forward down the left, but it's been collected by Skriniar, whose long ball will come all the way through to Jack Butland. Milan Skriniar, one of several in the Fenerbahçe squad who are on loan at the club this season. The Slovakian has been borrowed from Paris Saint-Germain. You've got Kostic, the left wing back, who's on loan from Juventus. As Rangers pick up in the far side, and Yilmaz winning the throw-in over there off Kostic. Now it is with Tavernier, who's turning back towards his own penalty area to Suter. Wasn't a great touch by Suter. Panically, he gets rid of it and he fires it, switching it out to this near side. Not sure it's what he intended, but it's with Jefte, who dinks it down the line. Raskin can't get onto it, and Fenerbahçe pick up here with Mert Mulder, the Turkey international, but it's come back off him and out for a throw-in for Rangers on this near side, about level with the edge of the centre circle.
Yeah, they're going to just play a box, if you like, in the middle of the park with Barron and Raskin as the two that are going to sit, and then Czerny and Diomande slightly higher of them, with Dessers then up front on his own. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do it. They've actually started the game reasonably well, putting a couple of passes together. It's so important in these big matches that you get an early touch of the ball.
Mulder with the ball down the right, trying to get Enziri in. On this near side, 26 goals this season, the Fenerbahçe number 19. Up there with Edin Dzeko, who's got 7 fewer, but at the age of 38, he's still well into double figures. As Jack Butland's chip ball goes straight into touch, it's poor. And it goes out to play for a Fenerbahçe throw in. Jose Mourinho down there in the edge of his technical area, roaring his players on as the throw-in's bowled into the Rangers box. It's cleared and then away by Jefte up towards halfway. It comes off the head of Skriniar and misjudged there at the back by the youngster Akticek, and Dessers has it, but he for some reason decided to run out wide, and then he's had it nicked off him, and it's played up to the halfway line for Dzeko. Barron has it, and the referee is going to give Fenerbahçe a free kick over on that far side touchline.
Scott was mentioning how big a role Dessers has got tonight in terms of holding the ball up, being able to link to the midfield that are coming up to him, and on that occasion he had time and space. He should have done a lot better. In those occasions it's vital that he then keeps the ball 2, 3, 4 seconds so that it allows other players to get up to him, but he gave it away rather cheaply.
Rangers' 10th game against Turkish opposition. They've won 4 previously. Of course, beat Galatasaray, and Scott Arfield is in the studio tonight, scored in that game, one-legged qualifier back in 2020. As Diomande picks up and goes down on the challenge of Amrabat, the referee sees that as a foul. That will be a Rangers free kick. Right in front of a bemused looking Mourinho, hands in pockets. And the best view in the house of that challenge, and he thinks his player's been hard done by.
It was a needless challenge really, because the touch had taken Diomande almost out the pitch, and Amrabat comes steaming in from behind him. Didn't need to do it. He's probably going to win the throw-in anyway.
It's another who's on loan. He's on loan from Fiorentina. He's on it again here. Amrabat, poor ball, gives it straight to Jefte, midway inside his own half. Flashes it into a central area for Czerny. He's got Yilmaz down the right-hand side. He's elected not to use him though. He instead comes in field and passes it forward to his left for Diomande, who picks up and takes it out to the far side. The shrill whistles from the Fenerbahçe supporters. What a noise it is.
It's ridiculous. They do not like the Rangers have got the ball, do they?
Oh my word. 4.5 in, nothing each. Jefte on this near side. Side foot back into his own half for Suter. Turns it to Barron, right of the centre circle. Big night for Connor Barron as Yilmaz fires it forward early, looking for Dessers, but it's chested down by Skriniar. And then out to Akticek on the far side. And there's another loose ball, this time from the goalkeeper there, Gribayat, and it's out for a Rangers throw-in midway inside Fenerbahçe territory. And it's played to Czerny and field to Diomande, then to Czerny, and back to the edge of the centre circle for Raskin, who shifts it right to left for Proper. And back to Suter. Rangers knocking the ball about okay, you'd have to say at this stage. As Diomande finds Raskin, he's dribbling forward and rolling it out to the right for Yilmaz, level with the 18-yard line of Fenerbahçe. His cross doesn't beat the first man though. As Diomande tries to win it back in the edge of the area, he goes to ground. No free kick coming though. Rangers still battling for it, and Dessers is in here, round the keeper! Oh, Soyuncu on the line! Had it crossed though. Had the ball crossed the line, Dessers thinks it has, and it's been given! Cyril Dessers celebrates in front of the Rangers supporters because they lead in Istanbul. Çağlar Soyuncu couldn't keep it from going over the line, and Dessers is the hero for now at least. Fenerbahçe 0, Rangers 1.
Well, Fenerbahçe make an awful mess of it on the edge of their own 18. You've got to give Diomande credit for trying to nibble away at it. Eventually it breaks, and who's onto it first? Cyril Dessers. He takes the touch round the goalkeeper. It's at such a tight angle. He does so well to get it back on target. It looked as though it was cleared kind of off the line, but I'm presuming VAR will be looking at it as we speak. We'll get a better look at it here with the replay, but they really did make a mess of it, Fenerbahçe. And then Dessers goes round the keeper, manages to get the angle in. Oh, I don't know, I can't tell from that. I can't tell from the naked eye.
Well, we'll have a look, but they do have the goal line technology in UEFA competition, so I'm assuming that has given it the tick.
So it must just be
It
given.
needs, yeah.
Tell you what, I don't
Soyuncu tried his best, but
maybe this angle here, Liam, is better. Well,
it's
I
tough
wouldn't like
to
to be
tell
the
in the
man that
angle.
was.
But look, the goal line technology is there.
They've given it.
That just ends
What a start for
autobiography.
Rangers.
Lead. Incredible. And Fenerbahçe are a bit stunned. And Desser's scoring again. He's actually having an excellent goal-scoring season for Rangers. That's him up to 22 for the campaign. And he's scored plenty, actually, over the course of the last couple of months, despite Rangers' troubles.
Form. I mean, the guy gets criticised, right, but he's on 22 goals for the season. You wouldn't bet on him reaching 30. I don't care what Andy says, if you're banging 30 goals in a season, then you can't really take too much criticism.
Well, he'd scored 9 and 11 coming into this one. He's just added to that now. Not after scoring just twice in the previous 10, and they were both in the same game. Skriniar just rolling it to his left, and Fenerbahçe, we're not expecting this as they come forward. The cross into the box looking for Dzeko. Amrabat picks up the scraps. It's now a chance for Fenerbahçe to work it out to the right-hand side, and Raskin gets in the way, and Robin Proper comes across to help, just as it looked as though Sebastian Szymanski was going to get onto it inside the Rangers box. It's with Mulder on this right-hand side, flicks with the outside of the boot and gives it straight to Proper. Frustration from the home fans, 8.5 minutes in, and that is because Rangers lead here in Istanbul.
The Rangers really couldn't have started better, and to get this crowd on their own team's back so early in the game is just absolutely perfect for Barry Ferguson. Everything that he would have dreamed of. He's maybe caught them in the hop a wee bit, because I very much doubt that they would have been preparing for the formation that Rangers have played. That being told, the goal comes just from really, really slack play.
Here comes Tavernier, gets it from Yilmaz, driving down the right-hand side. Tadic comes to meet him. Rolled in field to Czerny. Barron's ahead of him. Václav Czerny rolls it to the left of the deeper Diamonde. Out wide left, Jefte. Left-hand side of the Fenerbahçe box. He crosses, it's cut out, and it goes behind off Mulder for a Rangers corner as they look to score a sensational second here.
They're playing really well, and what they're doing is they're picking up really good areas. The two advanced midfielders, whether it's Diamande or Czerny, when they're narrowing in, they're finding really good pockets of space and being able to turn and get at the Fenerbahçe defence. On that occasion, it goes out to Jefte on the left-hand side. I'd like to have seen him try and whip it in earlier. Just kind of takes a touch and tries to go round the defender with a cross, but they've won the corner.
Which will be taken by James Tavernier on this near side. In-swinger with the right foot coming up from Tavernier as they attack the goal to our left. A poor delivery, headed away at the near post. Picked up by Barron, knocks it into the box. Diamonde can't control. Fenerbahçe can't get it clear. Eventually Amrabat smashes it forward up towards the halfway line, where Yilmaz knocks it into the centre circle for Jefte. Now Tavernier stabbing it forward, looking for Dessers. It's going to come right through to Skriniar though, and he's going to hit it long, looking for Dzeko. Dzeko now driving down the left-hand side, but the offside flag goes up on this near side, and it will stay Fenerbahçe 0, Rangers 1, just beyond the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, I mean, that was probably the first time. Very, very tight call. Not even sure if he was off, but the first time they've kind of got in behind Rangers so far in the game. I have to say, what are we in now, 10 minutes? I've not seen very much from Fenerbahçe that's impressed me so far. And this seems to be a habit of ours when we go away covering Rangers games and we build up opposition teams before games, and then they end up not being the team that you thought they were. Let's hope it remains that way.
Long ball forward, it's been misjudged by the defender again. Dessers is onto it, right-hand side of the box, looks to whip it in. Diamonde, is this too high for him though? And it will skip off the top of his head and out for a goal kick on the reverse side of the goal. And it will stay 1-0 Rangers, but they were threatening a second there.
Well, they were, and again, it's absolutely terrible defending from Fenerbahçe down the right-hand side. Dessers does well with the ball in behind, checks back, tries to pick out Diamande, made a decent run into the box, but it was probably just about a foot over his head. Positive though. It's
the youngster Akticek. He's had a poor start to this game, playing at left centre back. Mourinho rates him very, very highly. It's been a difficult start for him and his teammates. Rangers don't care about that though. Proper wins the header on the halfway line, picked up by Skriniar, and now with Amrabat in the centre circle, rolling it to his left to the aforementioned Akticek. Down the left-hand touchline for Filip Kostic, who turns it infield to Amrabat, left of the centre circle. Switching it to Çağlar Söyüncü, FA Cup winner under Brendan Rodgers at Leicester. Out to Mulder on this near side, plays it off Jefte. And Fenerbahçe have a throw-in just on the cusp of the attacking third on this near side. Bowled back the way though to Söyüncü. And now with Skriniar in the centre circle. And then to Akçiçek. Kostic wants it over on the left-hand touchline. It's going to be a long ball with the left foot into the Rangers box, which is calmly headed back to Butland by Proper.
Yeah, it was very composed there from Robin Proper, just knocking it back to Butland. The ball in wasn't a very good one. And, you know, you listen to the crowd. This is exactly what you want in an away game, is to get the crowd on your own team's back. And so far, you have to say Rangers have been the better team. And I think, actually, the formation's working a treat for them.
Yeah, may well be onto something. Scott Arfield's watching the game in the studio in Glasgow. Scott, what have you made of the start by Rangers? I mean, it's the dream start, really.
Oh, the dream start, absolutely excellent. You know, they're playing that box in midfield with Raskin and Barron at the bottom, with Czerny and Diamandi coming inside. It's been an absolute excellent start. The back three look really, really solid with the full back. So, as Tom will say, this is a perfect start. But I cannot understate the importance that they two in the middle of the pitch is going to have, because as the game goes on towards half time and you're starting getting tired, or Fenerbahçe get a good sight at goal, then you need to show something. You need to show that dig and determination to make sure that this result doesn't slip.
Rangers on the ball here with Dessers midway inside the Fenerbahçe half after it had been given away by Amrabat. Played out to the left for Jefte. Back up the line for Diamandi, infielder Raskin, and now with Diamandi again. Rangers leading by 1-0, 13.5 on the clock. So much still to be played in this tie, of course. And the second leg in Glasgow a week tonight. It is with Tavernier on the halfway line. The referee's going to stop play because Söyüncü's got a problem. He's kind of stretching his leg out. It was he who spoke to the media here at the press conference at the stadium yesterday for Fenerbahçe, and the way he's slapping the turf there suggests that his night's over. We shall see, but it's an important player for Mourinho, one of the big summer signings. He was in the Atletico Madrid team that beat Celtic last season, came off the bench. Stephen gets a chance to see a replay of the goal there, and clearly it's just
over.
Like
one of those ones at Wimbledon that you cannot believe are out, but they are. I mean, that has got to be less than a millimetre, but I tell you what, fantastic. That's brilliant when it just clears it up straight away. They tell the ref and you move on. Definitely could be doing a bit of that in Scotland.
Well, you get it in the Scottish Cup semis in the final. That's
the goal line technology.
Yeah, that's the only games right now, I think, that we have it in Scotland. Anyway, it was a problem for Söyüncü. He's being treated down on the pitch in front of us. Just a reminder that the coverage of the Scottish Cup quarter-finals begins tomorrow night with Dundee visiting Tynecastle to take on Hearts. That will be live here on Sports Sound. It's a quarter a day because Aberdeen Queen's Park live on the telly on Saturday, then on Sunday Celtic Hibernian, and then finally on Monday the draw will follow Livingston against St Johnstone. It's all to come on Sports Sound and Sports Scene across the next 4 days. All about the Europa League last 16 here in Turkey this evening. The Turkish capital, Rangers leading by 1-0 scored by Cyril Dessers in 6 minutes, and well taken goal actually. Whilst it's dreadful defending by Fenerbahçe, that's the kind of chance that people have got in the back of Cyril Dessers for not taking throughout his Rangers career. But you can see he is one player right now, whilst Rangers right now are not in a good place. But Dessers, well, they are tonight, but Dessers very much is. Yeah, I mean, throughout the season he's had spells where he's been missing big opportunities like he did last season, but right now you've got to say his form's absolutely sensational, and he took that chance ever so well. It wasn't easy to be able to go around the keeper with a touch and then find the goal with the angle. So Söyüncü's had to go off, and he's been replaced by the Ghanaian Alexander Djiku. 29 caps for his country, so good replacement as Proper rolls it back to Butland. Smashes it clear, Skriniar misjudges it, but Akçiçek's in behind him. He's now found Amrabat and then turned out to the left for Kostic. And then back infield to Amrabat. You do wonder if the Fenerbahçe players perhaps misjudged what they were going to be up against tonight, because they haven't got going really yet. I mean, Jack Butland's had barely nothing to do, almost 17 in.
I think there's a bit of that from every team that Rangers have played in this Europa, particular Europa run, apart from Lyon at home, which was the one game that Rangers were outclassed in. But yeah, I said it before, Rangers keep surprising me in this competition and quite possibly surprising their opposition as well, I would say.
Here come Fenerbahçe though, ball into the Rangers box, chested by Dzeko. He's been pulled out to the right hand side of the area here though, and back out to Mulder, then back to Amrabat, central area, gets the cross in, and Naziri attacks it, but his looping header goes over the bar. But that's as close as they've come to scoring in the opening almost 18 minutes here. Rangers leading by 1-0.
Yeah, the cross is deep. Rangers are set up well. They managed to find Naziri, but ball was very high. He was leaning back and he couldn't get any purchase or direction on his header. Goes hopelessly over Butland's bar. Rangers will take that all night long if that's all that they can create.
And Naziri and Amrabat both part of that magnificent Morocco run to the World Cup semis in 22 in Qatar. Played big roles, the two of them, and Amrabat there with a little pirouette on Dessers just outside the centre circle. Out to Dzeko, a little back heel in field, but Rangers sweep clear. And the target there was Szymanski, who scored Poland's opener against Scotland at Hampden in the opening match of last year's Nations League. He's played back to the halfway line for Akcicek. And forward it goes. He's going to get it back immediately here. Managed to nick it out to the left for Kostic, now with Tadic, back out to Kostic on the left hand side, now he's free of Yilmaz, pulls it back for Naziri, who puts it over the bar with the left foot, and he's annoyed with himself as he jumps in frustration, but he couldn't get that on target. Fenerbahçe 0, Rangers 1.
The Rangers have done well so far in the game to keep Tadic quiet, but he just drifts. He picked up a brilliant area there, and the wee 1-2 plays in behind Kostic. He picks out Naziri so well, and with his goal record and confidence he's in so far this season, you're expecting the net to bulge. It's a perfect cutback for him. Don't know, he just seems to lean back as he's going to strike it. Puts it high over Butland's bar. That's a massive chance, and it was the first bit of really impressive play so far from Fenerbahçe. No surprise to see Tadic at the heart of it. Keeping him quiet is key.
He's been a fabulous player down the years, Dusan Tadic, 36 years of age now, 111 caps for Serbia. He's played the full game, including extra time, against Scotland in that Euro 2020 playoff in Belgrade. It's with Kostic over on the far side. There's the other Serbian in the Fenerbahçe starting 11. Shifted now to Džiku, who replaced Soyuncu a couple of minutes ago. He's on it again, firing it forward down the right for Szymanski, and now down the right on the overlaps. Mulder crosses, it's cut out by Baron, and it goes behind for a Fenerbahçe corner. It's their first of the evening in just a sense. 20 minutes in with Rangers leading 1-0, that Fenerbahçe are beginning to up the ante here.
Yeah, they are, Liam, and that was another good bit of play from him, this time down the opposite side, down the right, winning the corner off Conor Barron.
Szymanski takes it, left-footed, floats it into the 6-yard box, away by Suter, but it's not definitive. Bouncing ball in the area, Dessers, again that's not definitive, more height than distance in the clearance. Header back towards the Rangers penalty area. Fener have a player down inside the 6-yard box.
It's a head knock, so I don't know why the ref's not stopped the game.
Unless he's not noticed it, but Fenerbahçe wearing their famous canary yellow and blue shirts. Rangers in their change colours, the dark navy with red flashes, and Rangers have won it back through Barron, and Czerny's found Raskin. Rangers playing on, the ref hasn't stopped it. Here's Jefty, up to the edge of the Fenerbahçe box, he's in it now! Oh, he's gone for goal himself, and it's gone straight into the side netting. He too waiting in the middle. But the Spanish referee, Senor Hernandez, is feeling the full force of the Fenerbahçe supporters for not stopping play. Indeed, Fener have got 2 players down now, and they've already had to take off Soyuncu.
I'm not being funny, it's a head knock, so they're all linked up, communicated with their 4th official, their linesman. He should have been told that was a head knock, and the game should have been stopped instantly. We're getting a replay of it now. He maybe gets a wee knock on the back of the head, but regardless of the severity of it, he's down with a head knock. The game should have stopped. It worked out eventually to Rangers' advantage, and they broke down the left-hand side. Jefty does well to find space but he's really got to hit the target or flash it across the face of goal. The one thing he did do was the one option you can't do, and that was near post into the side net.
We're having a look at a challenge by Tadic on Barron there. Didn't look particularly great, and Dusan Tadic actually came off worst out of the two. The two players who are involved, the man with the head knock, Mulder, and Tadic, are both back on their feet. It's game on, and it's Fenerbahçe on the ball with Skriniar, and turning it to his right for Džiku, up to the halfway line, then back into the centre circle for Skriniar. Now it's with Džiku. It's a long ball, pinged, angled from the right foot into the left-hand side of the box. Rangers head half away. The cross ball comes in towards En-Nesyri, chest it down for Dzeko, and Butland makes a brilliant save. Down low to his left and put it behind for the corner. Dzeko set himself, and it looked as though the equaliser was coming. Unselfish play by En-Nesyri, who chested it down to his strike partner. But the captain's effort saved. Corner, 22, almost 23 in.
Brilliant link-up play.
Rangers won.
Great link-up play between the two strikers. The knockdown from En-Nesyri. Dzeko with the shot.
Szymanski with the corner, it's flicked towards the 6-yard line and headed away by Jefte. And Desser stretching his legs here, trying to get Rangers away in a counter, but it's been pinched back off him by Tadic. With the clip ball from Szymanski, it's going to come all the way through to Butland, and it's Fenerbahçe 0, Rangers 1. That's more like it from Jack Butland. He sold the first goal against Motherwell on Saturday at Ibrox, but that's more like it from him.
Yeah, it was a good save, and as I said, it was great link-up play between the two strikers. Dzeko got it on target. He didn't hit it that cleanly, but it was going into the bottom left-hand corner. Butland down smartly to turn it round for the corner kick.
Fenerbahçe unbeaten in their last 18 games. Managed to claw a couple of points back in Galatasaray at the weekend. Their rivals, Champions League leaders, could only draw. As Fener were winners over Antalyaspor by 3-0. There's a long ball forward with the left foot. It's the chase on here, and it's an awkward bounce.
Oh no!
Butland has got in the road there with Proper, and Suter recovers the situation. With En-Nesyri looking to capitalise on the error. But the physio's going to come on for Proper here, and both he and Butland have got away with a big one there.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm more worried for Proper. That was some collision with Butland. The lack of communication between them both. I don't know whether or not Proper should just deal with it himself. Butland decides to come out of his 18-yard box and just smashes into Robin Proper's face. It looked really, really bad.
Proper's down, and they are working on him just now.
It was just a long ball over the top, Liam, you know, and it's bouncing in an awkward area. But for me, I'm not sure Butland needs to come out there. Proper should just deal with it. Butland decides to come out.
Oh, that's horrible.
And in the end,
it's horrible.
It's a absolutely horrific collision of heads.
Jack Butland's full pelt, and he's essentially, it's a headbutt on his teammate there, and goodness knows what damage that's done to Robin Proper's face.
I'd be surprised if Robin Proper can continue, to be honest with you.
He's absolutely poleaxed down there, so obviously we hope he's going to be all right, but you can't take any chances with head knocks. If he's not done damage to an eye socket or nose.
The impact alone for me, Liam, would suggest that the player's got to come off the pitch. You're not getting hit at that speed and that kind of force without there having to be a change. You can't play on. That head knock's far too severe, so he's going to need to look to his bench. And what does he do? I suppose he's got Balogun on there.
He's talking to Balogun, Barry Ferguson.
Balogun on there. Is it a risk to bring him on? You've got Sterling, who we've seen playing in the defensive role previously. You've got Nsiala, who took off 30 minutes into the Kilmarnock game. So I think he'd probably be looking to go, obviously, with Balogun. 26 minutes in, it means he would need to play over an hour of the game.
Yeah. Whether
he's got it in the tank or not. He did play on Saturday. 45 against Motherwell. Yeah, so I think that's where he's going to have to look now.
They're still treating Robin Proper down there, but Leon Balogun is going to be coming on. Proper's getting no sympathy from the Fenerbahçe supporters, of course, but they haven't seen the replay.
Yes, I mean, the force of the collision makes you want to look away. I didn't want to watch the second replay of it, to be honest with you, but I mean, it comes from just pure communication. it shouldn't happen. You know, as I said, it was just a long ball up the pitch. Either let Proper deal with it. Butland doesn't need to rush off his line to get involved.
Just going to replay the Dessers goal as well. The work by Diamonde and Czerny and the build-up to it as well was so important. Dessers calmly went round the goalkeeper, rolled it towards goal and just went over the line. I'm pleased to say that Robin Proper is back on his feet. But that's going to sting tonight, I would have thought.
Yeah.
The referee down there just presiding over matters. The Fenerbahçe camp getting a bit frustrated with the length of time this is taking. But Leon Balogun will be coming on, but it's good to see Proper's up and he's walking off.
It is, you're right, Liam. That is good, but you know, I can't. He's not walking particularly. He's been held up almost by the two physios of the club doctor over to the sidelines here. Looks very dazed.
Unsurprisingly, so both teams have had to make a change at centre-back in this first half, which is 28 minutes old, with Rangers leading by 1-0. Robin Proper coming off. Can't really see if there's been any damage done physically as it comes in the corner from the left-hand side, headed away. And it was Jeffrey, I think, got the touch onto it. Back into the box it comes, and legs daggling around there on Mulder. He was trying to turn his man, but Rangers win the ball back, and it's Tavernier who boots it forward with the right foot across the halfway line. Amrabat's header goes straight to Barron. His header goes straight to Amrabat. He goes down, foul by Raskin. Free kick to Fenerbahçe, to the left of the centre circle, inside their own half, as they try and find an equaliser here, because this was not in their script. Dzeko touching it back into his own half there for the sub Djiku, into the centre circle for Skriniar, and Akcic out to the left for Kostic, infield to Tadic, looks up, left foot, switch of play to the right of the box for Mulder. His first time ball across is cut out by Jeffrey, and he's happy to let it go behind for another Fenerbahçe corner.
Fantastic switch of play, ball from Tadic again. If he finds space, he's got the vision to pick passes. He's the one man you've got to stop, but forcing more corners now, Fenerbahçe. Rangers have defended them reasonably well so far, but just kind of ramping up the pressure a wee bit.
Corner to be taken by the Pole, Szymanski, down this near side, left-footed ball into the near post, comes off Raskin's head, back across his own goal, and hooked home by the substitute, Diko. The centre-back, he is back to goal at the left angle of the 6-yard box, and he's hooked it high past Jack Butland into the right side of the goal. And Fenerbahçe are level on the half hour, one apiece.
Well, I can tell you this, what a finish from a centre-half that is. Absolutely outstanding bit of finishing. Rangers don't deal with the first ball, it flows high to the back post, he's got his back to goal. He somehow manages to swivel under decent pressure and hook the ball past Jack Butland high into the opposite side net. An absolutely wonderful finish, but Rangers will be really frustrated that the goals come from a corner kick, from a set play, and they don't win the first contact clearly. When it does float to the back post, I don't think anybody is expecting that from Djiku. What a finish.
Yeah, Balogun, who's just gone, was marking him in the back end of the 6-yard area. It came off Raskin's head, and the corner came into the near post. That's an outstanding finish in the centre-back. Not much you can do about that. So, a blow for Rangers, but you have to say it kind of felt as though that was coming just in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I would say, you know, as much as Rangers started the game very well, there's no doubt that Fenerbahçe, obviously we had the break there with Proper, but Fenerbahçe, from probably around about 20 odd minutes, it started to look more threatening. You had the Dzeko chance, you had another couple of moments where they were creative and looked more dangerous. But that's the thing, you know, to lose a goal from a set play, so frustrating for Rangers after the start that they've had. The important thing now is they've got to regroup and not let this goal affect them negatively.
Well, it would be easy for heads to go swimming in this electric atmosphere. So Amrabat picks up right of the centre circle, shifts it to the left of it for Tadic. Now to Kostic on the left-hand side. Dzeko down the line. And is pulled back in field to Tadic, then to Amrabat, and now to the goal scorer, Dzeko. So one apiece in Istanbul as that ball towards Szymanski. It's too strong, and it was behind for a Rangers goal kick. And Scott Arfield watching in the studio. The first setback really for Rangers. Robin Proper coming off, and then the goal in this tie. How important are the next, well, to half-time now really, the next sort of 10-15 minutes for Rangers, Scott?
Yeah, that's the game. That's the game now. Just get to half-time, still in the tie, because you can hear the atmosphere. You knows better than us. This place is absolutely rocking at this minute in time. For the goal, I think I'm fully confident Jack Butland. I think he does a little bit better. I'm not saying that it's 100% his opportunity to save it, but I think he's got a great chance to do it. I think he sees it late. But just stay in this game here. Little 5-minute segments to get to half time. Let the management team get into the players. And the remit second half is still the same. Stay in the game, split it in, and take this tie back to Ibrox.
1-1 it is on almost 33. Rangers have a throw in over on the far side. Desser's giving them the lead in this one with that GQ goal. Has tied it all up. And it's Yilmaz with the looping ball forward, but Szymanski gets there ahead of Diamonde. Forward to Dzeko, back to Szymanski, tries to attack the box. Raskin nicks it off him though. Shifts it low to his left for Jefte. And scuffs his pass forward towards Diamonde, and it's easy for Dzeko to pick up. And now Endesiri has it with Mulder on the overlap, sliding in to make the challenge. Was Leon Balogun, and it's gone out off the Fenerbahçe man last for a Rangers throw-in down on this near side, which will be taken by Jefte. You're listening to Sports Sound here on BBC Radio Scotland. Europa League, last 16, first leg. Rangers in Turkey. And 1-1. And it goes out for another throw. But it's gone Rangers' way again. Mourinho's down there with his arms outstretched, and he's been extremely outspoken when it comes to officials in Turkey this season. And of course there was that whole fallout after the draw with Galatasaray in the derby last Monday night. He's received a ban which was halved from 4 to 2 games. He's been fined as well.
Should have not been too bothered about the fine.
I wouldn't have thought so. It is Fenerbahçe possession with Akçiçek, rolls it into the centre circle to his left for Skriniar, who's back onto it here in about the centre spot, and then he rolls it to Dzeko to his right, and then Dzeko gets it back from Mulder. Dzeko will roll it to Skriniar, who's lost a couple of European finals as a runner-up in the Europa League and the Champions League in 2020 and 23 respectively. As Kostic comes down the left flank for the hosts, rolling it back up the line for his compatriot Tadic, faced by Černý, down by the corner flag to the left of the Rangers box. In from Kostic it comes, and Balogun chests it behind for a Fenerbahçe corner. They scored from their last one.
Yeah, the ball in's absolutely sensational. Both Kostic and Tadic do really well down that left-hand side. It's where Tadic has been drifting mostly in this first half, and the ball in's sensational. I actually don't know if Leon Balogun knew too much about it. I think Suter's going to get a nick on it, and then it just kind of hits him behind for the corner, but Rangers need to defend this one better.
Szymanski will take it, left-footed, in swinger from the right, and it comes, and it's stabbed behind harmlessly by Dzeko. In fact, it's come off a Rangers boot last, so it's going to be another corner.
It was a poor ball in, didn't get enough height on it, not past the first man. It looked like it might have come off Dzeko, but I think it just maybe come off Jefte last, so another chance to put a better ball in the box.
A chance for Szymanski on this near side to attack the goal to our right. He's taking it short this time to Dusan Tadic, back to Szymanski, who then bends a high ball in towards the back post area. It's too high for Dzeko to do anything other than knock it behind for a goal kick, and it will stay Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 1 on 36.5.
Yeah, Rangers, you know, Scott said it when you went to a couple of minutes ago, just get to half-time at 1-1. Still a very good half from Rangers' point of view, but you just feel the momentum, the pressure just keeps building, and it's actually been a while since we've seen Rangers with any secure possession in the Fenerbahçe half.
Yeah, this has been a difficult spell for them. It's all about really keeping the tie alive. And then you never know at Ibrox next Thursday. There's Fenerbahçe in possession here. Skriniar just taking it into the centre circle. And then to his left, he gets it back and goes it to Djiku, this near side. And possession-wise, just 53 in Fenerbahçe's favour, and they're on it down the left with Kostic, faced by Yilmaz. Rolls it back the way. And now it's with Amrabat. And he squares it here to Djiku. Little chip ball to the left-hand side of the area, just too high for Dzeko. And Kostic is frustrated over on the left as well, because he was hoping to get onto that too. And that's Tadic, in fact, who got out there, but it will be, nevertheless, a goal kick to Rangers. We'll stay at one apiece.
Yeah, it was just a kind of floated, clipped ball in from Djiku, looking for Dzeko, who peeled slightly towards the back area of the 6-yard box, but the pass was probably just a fraction overhit.
Fenerbahçe's 5th and 6th games against Scottish opposition. They've only won one of them. And a couple of draws the last time they faced Scottish opponents. When Celtic were here, Celtic drew 1-1 in this stadium. It was 2-2 in Glasgow. And that's touched back to his keeper by Skriniar. Gribaya just rolling it to his right. And Djiku thinks it forward, but he's going out to play for a Rangers throw-in, but Raskin, I don't know if he tried to control it, but he's put it out for a throw to Fenerbahçe instead, right in front of the watching Barry Ferguson.
He's been quite animated down there as Barry, trying to get instructions on to mostly the midfield four, constantly shouting over, trying to shuffle him around in that midfield area.
Well, they're feeling the heat at the moment, that's why he's a little bit agitated. Rangers can't get hold of the ball, but they have now. Given away by Djiku straight to Jefty. Fires it into Czerny, midway inside the Fenerbahçe half. He's now going to have a run at the defender. He's into the area. His right foot's not as good as his left, and he'll have to settle for a corner here as he tried to knock it towards goal. It was kind of scuffed and it goes behind. And Rangers have the corner as it come off the defender with less than 6 minutes to half-time.
Yeah, you normally see him cutting on his left foot in those occasions. He's so good at it and tried to get a shot away. He goes on his right, and the defender actually shadowed him quite well. He was never going to get the quality in at that stage, but the corner's as good as you can get from that situation.
And a corner which will be taken by Václav Czerny. In swinger with the left foot, and it comes off a Fenerbahçe head. Balogun tries to attack it and may well go down as a foul. That yet the referee blows his whistle. He's barged his way towards the ball there, and the referee blew the whistle as soon as he realised what was going on.
Yeah, it was about a second late. Whacked into the back, and I think it was Nesri. He was back there doing a wee bit of defensive work.
And Naziri is back to his feet. He's okay. And it's now with Amrabat, who turns it to the left. Kostic, long ball, and Naziri's in behind John Souttar here. Balogun trying to make up the shortfall, and he's done brilliantly well, the Nigerian. As he stabs it away from Naziri and out for a throw-in over on the far side.
He did so well. They're just expecting Naziri there to produce a wee trick and try and go past Balogun, but he was quickly on to him, managed to get a toe in.
Kostic gets the cross in, but Butland will hold on. Just inside the 6-yard box, and Rangers getting ever closer to that half-time interval, which would be most welcome for them, I would have thought. Approaching 41 minutes. And tie sitting at 1-1 in this first leg. Butland overarm bowls it to his left for Balogun. And he's striding forward up towards halfway. Outside of the boot, ball forward is easily mocked up by Djiku, but he's given it away. And Raskin has it, knocks it into the centre circle for Czerny. He's now attacking the Fenerbahçe box at pace. Goes it to the right of it for Dessers, first time. Back to Czerny! Goal! Rangers back in front through Czerny! And it is brilliant play that has led to that. Between Dessers and the Czech, it was Czerny driving positively at the Fenerbahçe penalty area. Found Dessers. And the man who opened the scoring this time becomes the set-up man to find Czerny, who turns it home low into the bottom reverse right corner. And it is Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2.
I tell you what a goal that is from Rangers. Czerny picks it up, and he's been doing that not so much in the last 20 minutes, but at the start of the game he was picking the ball up in those central areas. He drives at the Fenerbahçe defence. Desser's movement's really good. He peels off to his right hand side. When Czerny passes it to him, I was thinking Desser's take a touch and try and get your shot away, but he goes with the first time pass back to Desser's and to Czerny, and the angle again, it's a very, very tight angle, but he manages to get it past the goalkeeper. A brilliant finish, an excellent goal, and if Rangers can hold out here for the next few minutes and get in at half-time 2-1 up, what a first half that's been.
A 16th goal of the season for Václav Czerny, and Rangers have their lead back in Istanbul. You see the reaction from the Fenerbahçe players, shaking their heads and muttering away to themselves in the wake of that, because I think they kind of felt, I wouldn't say it publicly obviously, but I think they kind of felt that this would be a tie they'd be able to potentially finish off tonight, and then next week would be a bit of a parade for them, but it's not worked out that way, although Jeffrey, I think, has just conceded a cheap corner from a long ball down the right of the Rangers penalty area, and a chance for Fenerbahçe to hit back immediately here.
Yeah, it's really sloppy from Jeffrey there to give the corner away, but for Rangers, certainly in a first half or any away European match, to score 2 goals is absolutely sensational. They've just got to make sure that they defend.
There's going to be a fair bit of stoppage time as well, because of the injuries. In comes the corner from Szymanski, which Rangers head cleared. Now it's with Tadic. Shuffles onto his left foot, bends it in, looks like it should be Butland's, and it is, as he claims, with both gloves. So Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2. Scott Arfield watching in Glasgow. 2-1 Rangers, got their lead back. Well, perhaps Scott isn't watching right now. Anyway.
No, we are watching. Sorry.
Oh, there you go.
We certainly are. I'm engrossed in this.
Should be quicker on the fader.
No, we're engrossed in this. What a goal that is. The best thing about this full goal is Cyril Dessers tells him where to run. Czerny's not telling him, I'm running here. He makes him run. And what a finish. Absolutely fantastic goal for Rangers' point of view. And that's what I'm talking about. When you're playing in this system, you need people to turn up, make people run. Cyril Dessers at the top of the show says how important he was going to be, and he's proved to be a goal and assist. Fantastic performance.
Fenerbahçe come down the left, cross ball in, headed away by Balogun, breaks to the edge of the area for Kostic, who hits it wildly high over the crossbar, and Rangers will settle for that all night long for sure. They lead 2-1.
Yeah, they will do. Rangers don't really manage to get it cleared too well from their box. It goes to the edge of the box, and Kostic sits up quite nicely for him. He goes for the shot on the kind of half volley, if you like, but never caught it high over Jack Butland's back.
Butland will take this goal kick. We're about to find out what the stoppage time is going to be. You'd reckon there'd be about 5 minutes added on here, though, because of the injuries to Soyuncu and Proper in particular. Barron picks up in the centre circle and turns it to his right for Tavernier. Dzeko all over him. 6 minutes is what has been added on at the end of the first half. So we're into the first of those. Jefte for Rangers on the near side, across the halfway line, and then switching it from the left to the right for Yilmaz, and now for Tavernier. At one point there, Rangers were trying to hang on at 1-1 to the interval. Now they could potentially go in at the break in front.
Yeah, and again, it's going to revitalise the team, if you like. They're starting to pop it about more.
Great touch by Diamonde, and Raskin's in behind. Szymanski, he's in the box, it's Raskin, and then he fires it well wide. Well, what a chance it was. He's apologising to Czerny and Dessers, who were waiting to his right, but he just got it all wrong there as he came under pressure, to be fair, but he was at a tight angle too as he attacked that left angle of the 6-yard box.
He was, but Czerny had actually made a really good run just inside him at the edge of the 6-yard box. All he's got to do is disguise it, slip it into him, and he's tapping home. But it was really good play again from Rangers. Jeffrey heavily involved, and Raskin breaking through it. He probably just kind of got a rush of blood to the head after carrying the ball 30 yards into the box, but again hit the near post. If you ever shoot it in the angle, you've got to go across the goal. You could get an OG, you could get a tap in, the goalie could spill it.
Dzeko comes forward for Fenerbahçe. Tavernier, I'm not sure what happened there. He went down to his knees, and then, as if he was in control of the situation ahead, clear, he didn't do so, but behind him they have been able to clear it into the centre circle. Szymanski picks up the scraps, and now it's with Tadic. Tadic on the ball, out to the left-hand touchline for Dzeko, who's trying to keep it in play. He's done so. That comes back to the left of the centre circle, and it's Acicek just switching it there to Jiku on the right-hand side, midway inside the Rangers half for Mulder. Back infield to Amrabat, shifts it to his left for Kostic. Out to Dzeko wide on the left. His cross is poor and it's easily cut out by Conor Barron. Flicks it with the outside of the right boot to the right-hand touchline there for Yilmaz. Infield to Czerny. Pushes it forward with the side foot, left foot for Barron. Back down the line for Yilmaz, who goes down. And it goes out of play for a Rangers throw-in at worst. At best, it'll be a free kick. I think the throw-in's what's been given, indeed it is. And Yilmaz pulls it back there to Tavernier. 2.5 minutes of the stoppage time have come and gone. 6 were added. And Suter flashes it here to Balogun. Both teams kind of matching up formation-wise this evening with the 3 centre-backs. And to be fair, the Rangers back 3 look more settled than the Fenerbahçe 3. They've looked a little bit dodgy at times. And Szymanski rolls it left of the centre circle for Kostic. Jiku's gone down in apparent pain down in this near side. It's not been a game for centre-backs, to be fair.
He'll be all right. He's just doing the kind of usual play acting that you see. Back up on his feet, no surprise.
Yeah, when there was no free kick. It is Tadic, then back to Acicek, who then shifts it to the right of the centre circle for Jiku. Barry Ferguson down there, he's not in his technical area. Up towards the halfway line. He missed out when Rangers were last here at the after the turn of the century through injury. And it looks like he wants to be out there playing.
He doesn't have. He is absolutely pacing it down there. Well, done his 10,000 steps, I'll tell you that.
Oh, it's a dreadful ball by Yilmaz. Tavernier trying to bail him out, but Kostic is onto it left-hand side. Pulls it back for Dzeko! And it's blocked by his own man in Naziri. Well, Ridvan Yilmaz has got away with one there big time. It stays Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2. Rangers on the counter. Dessers with the pass, Amrabat with the block.
I think it's actually Suter that blocks it first, and then it hits in Nesri, but like the cutback's perfect. You're just waiting on Dzeko hitting the back of the net. Suter gets out, and I think Suter just gets a wee nick on it that then deflects it onto Nesri.
And comes the cross from Mulder. It's dreadful though, nowhere near a Fener player, and it comes all the way through to Butland. Many Fenerbahçe supporters round about this have seen enough for the first half. They beat the queues for the refreshments, but about a minute and a half to go until that half-time whistle. And Rangers, perhaps even the most optimistic, confident Rangers supporter might be looking at the scoreboard and thinking, wow, wasn't expecting this.
Well, as I said, you know, to come away to such a kind of hostile away environment against the crowd have been right on them, to score 2 goals, 2 good goals as well from Rangers' point of view, not from Fenerbahçe's, is absolutely brilliant. And again, this team just turned up in Europe. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is the answer to that question. Barry Ferguson was asked it why they've been doing so well in Europe but flailing so badly domestically. Effectively out of all 3 competitions, the 2 cups, and miles behind in the league. But they have enjoyed the Europa League again as Fenerbahçe chipped the ball into the box, away by Balogun. The bouncing ball is nodded to the left there by Skriniar to Tadic, looking for space to cross, gets it into the area. Suter blocks it, still alive though. Nesiri tries to get onto it, it's half away, and then rifled for goal by Mulder and deflected behind for a Fenerbahçe corner.
What a bit of defending from John Suter. Took that right in the face to clear it. It was going into the back of the goal, it was going on target, and he managed to get it his head onto it and deflect it behind for this corner kick. Rangers not looking great defensively in that occasion.
Well, we played all 6 minutes of stoppages. Fenerbahçe will have time to take the corner, and it comes headed down and just wide. Well, there were a couple attacking it. Skriniar might have got the final touch in. Naziri was in there too. There was an appeal for a penalty for handball against John Suter, I think it was, just in the previous phase of play, just before the corner. But it looks like Rangers are going to go in at the break in Istanbul. In front, indeed, there is the half-time whistle. Not that we were able to hear it away up here amidst the din of the Fenerbahçe supporters, but still Rangers fans over on the far side to the left behind the netting here. in the Sarakoglu, who were celebrating twice. Twice they've led and they've held on to the second one. At the break, Cyril Dessers scoring in 6 minutes after really poor defensive mix-up from Fenerbahçe. Czerny and Diamande kept the Rangers attack alive. Dessers went round the keeper, rolled it for goal. Soyuncu tried to prevent it crossing the line, but the goal line tech was on the ball and it had just gone over the line. Rangers led, though that was cancelled out by an outstanding finish from the substitute Alexander Jiku, the Ghanaian, pirouetting and firing home with his back to goal. It was an outstanding finish. Came from a corner, which Rangers didn't defend particularly well, but they did get their lead back. This time, Dessers putting it on a plate for Czerny to roll home. They've been two of the main men for goals this season for Rangers, and they are the reason at half-time here in Istanbul. The scoreline in this Europa League last 16 first leg at the halfway stage is Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2.
Rangers in the Europa League.
Live on Sports Sound from BBC Radio Scotland.
There's no substitute.
You're listening to Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland. What a fantastic scoreline it is at half-time for Rangers in Istanbul. Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2 elsewhere. AZ Alkmaar 1, Tottenham Hotspur 0. FCSB Steaua Bucharest 0, Lyon 1, Real Sociedad 0, Manchester United 0. The other four ties will kick off at 8 o'clock this evening. Scott Arfield and Tom English alongside me here in the Sports Sound studio. Scott, you said it before the game. You said Cyril Dessers would be key to this Rangers performance tonight. What a first 45 he's had.
Excellent, absolutely excellent. That's why you're only as good as your goalkeeper, you're only as good as your striker. When you're playing against these teams in these sort of environments, Ken, it's so important that he gets hold of the ball, and he's done more than that, more than just that. The second goal is absolutely outstanding. The pass, the vision, as I say, is in the shoulder. He just makes Czerny run. He makes him run with the weight and the appreciation of the pass. And his goal again, he's on his toes. Brilliant from Czerny, brilliant from Diamande, pressing, second balls, high up the pitch. Exactly what you wanted, but he's really set it off. And Rangers looked fairly comfortable. And you know, the majority of that half there, I know they had a couple of chances with John Suter defending very, very well. But sitting in that sort of 5-4-1 boxing midfield, when they get it, springing into life, they look fairly comfortable. But the game is far from done.
Yeah, Scott was fairly confident pre-match, Tom. I don't think we were quite feeling it to the same extent, but we're pleasantly surprised by how well Rangers are doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Pleasantly surprised. Shocked. Pleasantly shocked. Stunned, even. I didn't think that Rangers would have the defensive organisation to live with this team, but they're living very comfortably with this team. And they look, I mean, I know, like, domestically they've struggled against teams that have sat in the low block. Rangers have been unable to unlock the low block time and time again against domestic opposition. But they go into Europe when it's a completely different ball game, and they look an incredibly comfortable team when there's no low block against them. When they can counter-attack, they just look like a different set of players. These guys lost to Motherwell at the weekend, you know, and now you look at them. They're 2-1 up at half time. They're playing good stuff. Suter's having a big game for them at the back. He's made a huge difference. But players who struggle domestically, they're transformed in Europe. And honestly, you could bring in the biggest boffin in Boffinland to try and figure out this Rangers team at times, and he'd be scratching his big huge head. Because they are a mystery. They're an enigma.
I remember
but they're ahead, and that's all that counts.
Well, do you know what, Scott? I remember asking Neil McCann this very question. I think it was after the Union Saint-Gilloise game, how he could explain the difference in Europe, and we're seeing it yet again tonight. They've looked remarkably comfortable so far, haven't they? I mean, Fenerbahçe have not created too many big chances.
I remember Jack Butland making one save from
the one low down.
Yeah, down to his left-hand side. Good save again, obviously. But
Suter blocked one, but
Suter
just
blocks
the
one.
head there.
Yeah. Excellent defending. But I just think if you keep your eye on James Tavernier, he's so important in terms of communication, because you can see him pulling Ridvan Yilmaz in for the right-hand side. You can tell him the message is getting from Suter to Balogun and Yefti to pull them in a back five, simply because they know that Fenerbahçe's strength is Dusan Tadic in the middle of the pitch. So if sort of contain that and keep it compact on a back five, then they go wide, and the quality out wide, although obviously Kostic has got excellent delivery, Rangers' strength is in numbers because they defend really well. So if they are making it go wider, then they fancy their chances to obviously deal with the two strikers up top, because they're outnumbered in there, as long as one of the midfield runner obviously looks after Tadic. So yeah, I think they look fairly comfortable, but as I say, this game's is not done. They've got an excellent manager, a manager of the generation, who's obviously going to come up with something different, because this is Fenerbahçe's chance. I fancy Rangers' chances next week, so this is their big chance to go on their lead back to Glasgow. So I'm going to expect a different Fenerbahçe, a more aggressive, a more positive Fenerbahçe coming out in this second half, and that's when the moment is.
They've done huge amounts of good work so far. Even if they can get back to Glasgow 11, even if they get back to Glasgow one behind, they have a chance. Yeah. They've given themselves a chance. They're one ahead right now. I mean, this is a dream scenario for them. So as long as they can stay solid and come back with something, that's a really good night's work. Yeah. I mean, this is Barry Ferguson going up against Jose Mourinho. Yeah. This is incredible. I mean, it's what I'm seeing so far is incredible. And
he's been quite animated tonight, actually, Barry Ferguson. Hasn't been on the touchline.
Yeah, no, listen, he's set his team up really, really well. And on the ball, that's what I think. On the ball, they want the ball. There's nobody hiding out there. Yeah. They want the ball. And they look up at Dessers. I've been a fan of Dessers right from the start.
Yep.
He's having a big game. Is that 22 goals for the season now?
Incredible return, that. Incredible.
22 last season, 22 this season. He'll be 30 goals plus by the end of the season, you'd have to imagine. And I was just saying earlier on, if you said to Rangers fans in the summer, I tell you what, you're going to sign a striker in the summer who's going to get 20 goals in his first season, 22 goals in his first season, and probably 30 plus in his second season, they'd say, thank you very much, bring him on. Let's have him all day. Well, they already have him. And Dessers is flying. Dessers is part of the solution, not the problem at Rangers.
Stephen Thompson, I'm guessing you've covered all, or just about all, the away games for us in Europe, and you've seen this story so many times. It's remarkable.
It is, yeah. I mean, I said that having gone to all the European away games before the games, you're talking about the opposition, you're doing your homework, looking at their players, their individuals, and the leagues that they play in, and the quality that they have. But this Rangers team seem to be able to lift their game in Europe, and as Tom rightly points out, I'd love to find the person that's got the answer. Excuse me about the hiccups. The answer to that question. This team have lost 3 games in a row at Ibrox, to Queen's Park, Motherwell and St Mirren, but they're out here holding their own against a European giant that's been put together with hundreds of millions of pounds. So it just doesn't add up, but you've got to enjoy the ride, and the team have been excellent in that first half. When they were lining up to take kick-off, big surprise with the back three, but it has worked, and I think Barry's been so animated in the sideline, trying to make sure that the 4 central midfielders in the box are doing their job. And there's only been a few occasions that Tadic has managed to kind of pick up really decent space and get turned, and he will hurt you with his passes, and that's one thing that they absolutely have to make sure that they get a hold of in the second half. But to come away from in Europe, away from home, to a ground like this, with an atmosphere like this, and get 2 good goals before half-time, it's sensational. It really is. And they've put themselves in such a really, really good position here. And there's every chance that they might concede another goal in this second half, because Fenerbahçe will have to come out with this demanding home support. But there's also every chance that Rangers can score another goal. I mean, in that first half, there was a spell, 20 minutes or so, where Rangers couldn't really get out and there was pressure, but there was only that one save from Dzeko down low, a couple other wee scary moments, but generally they've contained them quite well. But you would always bet in Rangers getting another counter-attack in this second half where they could break away and get another goal. But as it is, even if they do concede, if you're taking a 2-0, if they concede only one, if you're taking a 2-0 back to Ibrox, coming here, that is a brilliant result, and so far the performance levels have been excellent.
What about the concession of that goal? It came just after the change that we made to proper. Balogun had just come on the park. You felt, Scott, perhaps Jack Butland could have done a bit better.
That's harsh, Scully.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think you save it.
I did not say that. Nobody's expecting it. I think that's the thing. It happens really quickly, and nobody's expecting him to kind of produce that hook shot. It's a brilliant finish. It doesn't go right in the corner past Butland, but I think because nobody's expecting it, it goes past him before I think he's got much time to react.
There's no doubt the boy does it incredible. He's facing the stand to get a shot and a swivel. I
think Balogun could do better.
Yeah,
because Balogun is watching the ball, and he's okay. I mean, no one's expected him to do that, and it's an unbelievable finish. But Balogun needs to block that, and he's left a gap there.
Because he's
left a gap.
He's got himself reasonably tight, and the defender's facing away from goal. So, you know, I think there's many defenders in the world that would have predicted what would happen in the next 0.5 of a second with this, you know, centre half's going to hook it and put it into the top corner. So I think that also is harsh. A bit harsh here, you two.
We've got very high standards in the studio, Tom. Clearly higher than yourself over there.
Well, I'm realising, Tom, that the game looks a lot easier when you're watching it.
It doesn't have.
You've been making a living at that the last 10 years.
I tell you, it's a lot easier from up here. Believe me, well, you know that as well.
But you make a great point, because I think Fenerbahçe now is coming out. I think Černý is going to be so important, because he doesn't fully invest in the defending side yet. And what I mean by that, the aggressive side yet, and on the other side. But what he does, he goes into these half-cheating positions that you see from his goal, picking the ball up around the halfway line. So Fenerbahçe are getting really, forward because of the demanding crowd, as Tomo says. It's going to fall to Černý, and he's very, very clever and very, very cute at picking up these positions, as long as he's getting runners in behind.
I'm impressed when it goes to 1-1. How many times have we seen Scottish teams away from home, it becomes 2-1 very quickly after. They lose concentration, and Rangers' concentration levels after Jiku makes it 1-1 were really, really good. Yeah. And then they hit him with a 2-1. It's been a very mature performance from Rangers so far.
Yeah, so far so good for Rangers. European action to the fore this evening. At the weekend, we are focusing on the Scottish Cup. All the action to come right here on BBC Radio Scotland.
The Scottish Cup.
It is one of the biggest cup upsets.
Home of the upsets.
Queen's Park have beaten their big Glasgow neighbours.
Home of the occasions to remember.
That magic moment that's got these Hibs fans singing.
Home of the late drama.
With 4 minutes to go, St Johnstone are in front.
The Scottish Cup lives here with 4 games across 4 days.
Plenty of drama, plenty more to come.
The quarter-finals kick off with Hearts versus Dundee tomorrow night from 7.
We'll seal their place in the semis!
Listen on digital radio or by asking your smart speaker to play BBC Radio Scotland Extra.
Yeah, big week ahead on Sports Sound. All the action in the Scottish Cup quarter-finals brought to you on BBC Radio Scotland. Also 2 games on the television for you, and the draw, the semi-final draw, will be made on Monday evening on the television. You'll hear that on the radio as well. So a really busy weekend of Scottish Cup action. As I said, Europa League action for us this evening on Sports Sound. Scott, we're just waiting on the sides to come back. As you were saying, we've got to expect more from Fenerbahçe. You were chatting about Filip Kostic, a man that you've played against before. He's got real quality, hasn't he?
Real quality. He's the one. He's the sort of, Dusan Tadic's been very quiet, but I think that's partly because how compact obviously Rangers has been, particularly in the middle of the pitch. But he has got the quality. He puts the ball in for anywhere, and his quality and deliveries is absolutely sensational. So obviously the back 3, Suter, Tavernier and Balogun are going to be on their toes. But I do expect a lot more for Fenerbahçe coming out, but it might just play into Rangers' hands, because it's Fenerbahçe. They need to win this game. They need to take something back to Glasgow, because and at Ibrox under the lights, I fancy Rangers next week.
You spoke about Ridvan Yilmaz before kick-off tonight. How do you think he's done in the first 45?
Yeah, I think he's been very similar to a lot of the players here. I think he's done an excellent job. I think probably Černý, Desso's obviously been the standout players, but it's been a team performance so far. And if anybody comes off, I'm looking at the bench. You've got Igamani, you've got Hadji, and a more offensive if you need another goal. If Fenerbahçe, get that goal to take it to 2 each, but I think everybody at this minute in time would take a draw, even if you go on with a goal behind here. But I think it's Rangers to lose obviously this game. I don't mean the scoreline, I mean everything, because they're in the ascendancy.
Yeah, well, the teams are coming back out. Time now to sit back and enjoy the second half action. It's Fenerbahçe against Rangers in the Europa League with Stephen Thompson and Liam McLeod.
Thank you. Fenerbahçe making a change at the interval in the poll. Szymanski has not come back out for the second half. The Brazilian Anderson Talisca will replace him, 6'3" midfielder, who did make it into the Brazilian international side, uncapped at senior level. He arrived in the winter window. He's actually got 4 goals from his 9 appearances, so comes with a goal threat. Having previously been at Al Nassr with Cristiano Ronaldo in Saudi Arabia. So Fenerbahçe in their yellow and dark blue will kick off, as they do right now. First whistle from the Spanish referee, right to left, as we watch up high behind the dugouts here. And Rangers in their change kit, the dark navy with red flashes across the shirt. And Fenerbahçe here in possession inside their own half, left of the centre circle, as they look to try and dust themselves down, because they are behind and unbeaten in 18, remember, since Athletic Bilbao beat them in the league phase of this competition. Rangers no further changes, having been forced to bring Balogun on for Proper in that first half. Again, in Leon Balogun's defence, when it came to that Fenerbahçe goal, he'd literally been on the pitch for seconds at that point. As Skriniar picks up for Fenerbahçe. Rangers with Butland in goal, playing that back 3 again, but that's looked like a loose ball from Barron, but Yilmaz nicks in there to get it clear, with Tadic sniffing around at the edge of the box. At the back 3, Tavernier, Suter, Balogun, Yilmaz and Jefte are wide. Barron, Raskin, Diamonde, Černý, Dessers. And it's Fenerbahçe on the ball with Filip Kostic on this left-hand side. Ding ball to the edge of the Rangers box, been won by Dzeko. And Nasiri trying to get onto it, left of the 6-yard box, leaves it for Tadic, across it comes, and then Suter kind of left it for Jefte, who was leaving it for Suter. They get away with it, right in front of their own goal there.
They don't have lack of communication there between Jefte and Suter, and luckily for them, ricocheted off each of them and didn't fall to Fenerbahçe player. Dessers doing well there to win the foul. The ball forward, and Dessers is able to get onto it. It was taken too quickly, I think, the free kick from not the right area.
Yeah, just a change to the substitution. I'm sure I saw the number 53 go up on the board, but the change, Szymanski is on the pitch, and that change with Talisca coming on is for Akcicek, who I mentioned had a shaky start to the match, to settle into it, but he's not come back out for the second half. Szymanski has, and that's a long ball from Butland up towards the halfway line. Breaks to Raskin, looks to knock it forward towards Dessers. Skriniar gets onto it, and he turns it to his right for their goal scorer. Djiku goes back to the keeper at the edge of the box. Skriniar, short ball forward to Amrabat, and now Skriniar again with a left foot, rolling it to his right for Djiku, forward towards Amrabat, the edge of the centre circle. Turns it back to Djiku. Rangers leading by 2-1. We've played 3 minutes of the second half. Djiku just inside his own half to the right of the circle. Turns it into it for Skriniar at walking pace, but it's a chip ball forward into the Rangers box. Tavernier, it's not decisive, and he slipped, and Dzeko's onto it. Dzeko to the box, low ball towards the 6-yard lines, cleared by Suter. Černý flicks it with the outside of the boot. Now it's Talisca battling for it, but Jefte gets it off his countryman and goes down and wins the free kick.
Rangers just need to smarten up a wee bit defensively. That was another one there. This time it was James Tavernier, a ball that he should clear. He tries to flick it with the outside of his boot, and it created the opportunity for Dzeko. He should have done better with it. A couple of moments at the start of this second half where they've not really been too decisive in their decision making at the back.
Balogun takes the free kick and rolls it low back to Butland. Short ball to Suter, gives it back to his goalkeeper, and then he's been spooked by that, because I'm not sure if he was expecting the ball to be played immediately back to him, and he's put it straight into touch for a Fenerbahçe throw-in, which they've taken quickly down this near side. Kostic with a little ball into the box for Dzeko. Couldn't quite work it back towards Tadic, and Rangers trying to play themselves out of trouble here. They've done it pretty well in the end. Czerny, and then Barron gets it up towards halfway. The Skriniar is on to it, turns it out to Mulder, and now Skriniar will pick up and take it across the halfway line. And playing with a back four, second half Fenerbahçe. Little shake up by Mourinho as Dzeko looks to get onto it from Szymanski's first time ball, left hand side of the box. Too much on it though, and he goes behind for the goal kick. 2-1 Rangers.
Yeah, it was just too eager. Szymanski there to flick it into Dzeko. He's not got that type of pace, certainly not now. 38 years of age, he was never catching that wee layoff.
Václav Czerny taking on some advice from Billy Dodds down below us. You would have got a lot of money if you'd thought and suggested Billy Dodds, Neil McCann, Barry Ferguson, Alan McGregor would be in the away dugout in Istanbul tonight a couple of weeks ago. Well, there you are. Here's Raskin down the left. Rangers doing a bit of attacking here. It's a little ball to Dessers, the edge of the box. Back to Raskin, who shoots, forces the save. Dessers is there, the rebound, and he's tucked it home. Dessers gives Rangers a 2-goal cushion here in the Turkish capital. It's absolutely incredible, and what a stunning scoreline. Dessers on the rebound, smashes it home after excellent work by Raskin initially, and a quite stunning scoreline here in Turkey of Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3.
It's absolutely incredible, Liam, and you're right to point out Raskin. He does so well, cutting in from the left hand side. Dessers' role is huge because he uses him as a wall to bounce it back off of. It kind of breaks off Dessers, he gets into the box, hits the shot in the angle. The goalkeeper has a horror show, spills it out to the feet of Dessers, who's actually, after having been involved in the layoff, followed in, first to react. It's the most simple of finishes, he's never going to miss from there. And 3-1 Rangers. What a result this is.
Well, they've had some stunning scorelines in Europe. The win in Dortmund, the win in Nice. They scored 4 on both occasions. Dessers, I think, being played onside there by Filip Kostic on the near side. As he celebrated. But a 2-goal cushion for Rangers, though there's a delay to the restart here, so I'm not sure exactly what it is that they are looking at. But well, obviously, as soon as we know, you'll know.
Can't be offside.
Well, they are checking the goal. Dessers wasn't offside. Fairly sure he wasn't.
Look at.
Pretty sure Kostic was playing him on.
It's not shown us a replay yet, so we're just kind of second guessing, but it certainly did not look like Dessers when he was following the goalkeeper was offside, unless there's something else that they're checking.
Well, maybe something earlier in the move. We are blind to it, we don't know what's going on. I can only tell you that the Cyril Dessers is walking round,
unless
hands on hips, hoping for the best here.
Fouled the player that was marking him, and when Raskin popped it inside to him.
Hold on, the referee, he's made the sign of the telly, and it does not count. It does not count. Cyril Dessers left heartbroken, and it remains Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2.
I'd love to know why. I'd love to know why this has been disallowed.
Goal disallowed, and that's a blow for Rangers, because what an insurance policy that would have been for them. It stays 2-1. Dessers denied, but he's had an excellent game. I think you guys were saying before the match that he had to play well tonight. Well, he has, but he's just been denied his second goal of the game, having scored and assisted in the first half.
Yeah, he's had an excellent match so far, Cyril Dessers. His assist equally as impressive as his goal. His movement to peel wide of the defence, and in the first time pass into Czerny. A sub getting made here, Liam.
Oh, he is offside. My goodness. I was certain that Kostic was playing him on.
How weird's that angle? I mean, he looked to the naked eye to be on, but he has not.
Well, there you go. Alain Saint-Maximin has come on. And they've,
Szymanski.
Yeah, Szymanski has come off this time.
This time, you'll get it.
But a long way up in my defence.
Correct.
As Czerny loses out, and now Talisca comes forward and finds Dzeko, who's been absolutely halved there by John Suter. And the referee boots the Rangers number 5. Pretty easy yellow card to administer that one. The referee was right on site.
Yeah, I mean, you can see what Suter's doing. He's taking himself out of the game, and Fenerbahçe were on the counter with numbers. I think it's a foul he had to make, but he didn't have to make it. Taking it quick.
Yeah,
it's too
quick for the ref.
He didn't have to make it in quite such dirty fashion. It's a poor challenge, and rightly into the book.
Suter's not one of those who is a booking away from missing the second leg. Jefte, Barron, Raskin, Diamande are all yellow card away from a suspension. The free kick's chipped in towards the end of the series, claiming handball against Raskin, but the offside flag's gone up, so that will slow the Rangers supporters' heart rate slightly right now, but it's some game this.
Yeah, it's brilliant. This second half's been brilliant so far. The whole game has, but yeah, it looked as though it popped off Raskin's hand as it was going through, but if he's offside, then it's not going to matter anyway.
The Frenchman Saint-Maximin coming on. He's on loan from Al Ali in Saudi Arabia. It's the club Roberto Firmino is the captain at. But Fenerbahçe have dodged one there with that Dessers goal.
I couldn't believe it was to the naked eye. He looked on, but sometimes you get these angles from the side. It happens in our league, and you're going, right, well, he's never off. And then the lines are drawn, and you go, what? Dessers taking a dull one here. Defender came right through the back of him. I think it was Skriniar. Came right through the back of Dessers, but thankfully he's back on his feet. Rangers got the free kick.
He's looking more like, I guess, what the Rangers supporters would say is a Rangers number 9 these days. Is that fair to say?
Well, I think a Rangers number 9 has got to score goals, first and foremost. And he most certainly is doing that.
There's Amrabat to Talisca. He's switched out to that right-hand side for Mulder. And then infield to Jiku. Well, it's a real let-off for Fenerbahçe. And still just the one behind as a result of all that, as Kostic picks up on the left and rolls it forward to Tadic, looking to get some Maximin in behind on the left-hand side. Raskin gets onto it though, and then Barron flicks it away. Only as far as Tadic. Now with Saint-Maximin. Will then try and switch it over to the right. It's been controlled by Mulder. Facing Jefte. In comes the cross. Jekyll with a header. Doesn't get much power in it, and Butland makes a relatively comfortable save. Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2. More goals than this though.
Yeah, it's going from end to end, but it was a good angled driven ball into the box to Jekyll. He's having to stretch a wee bit for it. Here comes Jefte.
Down the left-hand side, Dessers wants it ahead of him. He slipped him in. Cyril Dessers scores this time. He's put it into the net again, and he celebrates again. And surely this one will stand. They've had the ball in the net 4 times tonight, Rangers. The previous one was ruled out, but Dessers rolls it home calmly. He scored twice and set the other up, and Rangers have an incredible lead here in Istanbul of Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3.
The guy is in absolute flames. A guy that you would say one-on-one with a goalkeeper, you wouldn't fancy him every single time he's going through tonight. He's scored. I mean, it's brilliant play from Rangers. I think there's a wee flick from Diamande over the top to Jefte. Then the run again from Dessers. It's all about the movement. His run in behind. There's going to be a check, I would imagine, for offside. But then the weighted pass. Let's take a look. Oh, he's going to be off, I think, this one. I mean, I got the last one wrong. If he's off, it's inches. But to me, again, this is... I've not got good history to call these. He looked off. But goes through one-on-one and finishes it. Does it take a wee nick as he hits it? It does.
It does.
So he's actually got a wee bit of luck there, to be fair to him. But
well, has he got luck? Let's see. Barry Ferguson was celebrating wildly on the touchline when that hit the net, but this VAR check's going on. It's so tight. This is so tight.
How's your luck? 2 really close calls for offside if it's not given.
Well, remember the end of January. It was the end of January, yeah. Kyogo had the ball in the net 3 times at Celtic Park in the Champions League, and all 3 were ruled out. As Dessers about to suffer that fate for a second time this evening.
Rangers have been brilliant in the counter-attack, though. They really have. And this is, again, why this type of football suits them in Europe away from home, because teams aren't sitting in shapes. They're pressing forward like Fenerbahçe are doing and leave themselves exposed, and the Rangers are actually very good at finding the right moments to exploit that.
Still this check goes on. The Spanish referee on the field, the Spanish referee in the VAR room going through this, but I mean, this is as tight as it gets. Having seen the replay there.
Oh my God.
And this one has been ruled out as well.
What are the chances?
Dessers looks to the heavens, looks around for answers. He's offside again. And that one's also ruled out, and it stays Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2. How important are those two moments going to be come full time at Ibrox next Thursday?
Yeah, absolutely huge, Liam. I mean, and they're both so marginal. You know, you're talking just inches probably in the end that he's off. He must be absolutely spewing out there.
Yeah, it's just, you can see it's perhaps just a bit at the front, you know, a toe offside, something like that, right in front of his foot there. Here come Fenerbahçe. We'll get Scott Arfield's taking all this drama in a moment, although Yilmaz has won a free kick inside his own box. 2-1 Rangers. We played an hour, but Scott Arfield, it was looking like the scoreboard was going to be much better for the Ibrox side.
Oh, he's having the game of his life, Cyril Dessers. But what I will say is it's two correct decisions. You know, it's there for a reason. They've been chopped off simply because he's went a little bit too early, as harsh as it may seem, but my goodness, he just needs to keep doing this because he's got the beating of their three centre-backs. Rangers have been fantastic this second half. Diamande in particular for the two offside goals. His pirouette for the first, his nice little dinky pass over the top for the second there. Absolutely incredible. Get him the ball and let him do his stuff in the middle of the pitch.
Fenerbahçe clearing up towards the halfway line. Tavernier gets his head onto it, and then along the line for Barron, back to Tavernier, and then down the right touchline for Dessers, who goes down, two defenders around him. No free kick. He's having a go at the assistant for not helping him out there. Now it's a Talisca. He takes it up towards the halfway line, rolls it with the left to the right hand side of the centre circle for Mulder, and then back to Djiku, and it's switched out to Kostic on this Fenerbahçe left as they attack the goal to the left. Down the line for Tadic. Tadic looking for some support from Kostic. Tadic slips Černý, has him where he wants him there, but forced back the way, and Černy's onto a loose ball, but he couldn't keep it in play. He goes out for a Fenerbahçe throw, and as he looked at the pitch ahead of him, there was a lot of empty spaces for him as well. Had he managed to keep that in play and run up the line?
I'm just watching Fergie down below us. I mean, he must have burned about 2,000 calories today. He has been non-stop down there.
He's relishing the chance to take the reins. Fenerbahçe in possession, cross halfway, the halfway line with Skriniar, and turn it with the left foot to the right of the centre circle there for Djiku. Pumps it long with the right hand side of the box there. Cleared by Jefte and picked up by Amrabat. And got it from Dzeko. Loose ball, Balogun clears. Dessers then has a little tug at the defender's jersey, and it's Djiku, and that will be a free kick. He looks frustrated, Cyril Dessers. He has to clear his head. There's still lots of this first leg to go, and the second leg next week. It's a long Fenerbahçe ball comes in, and it was a bit indecisive by Tavernier, but in the Naziri couldn't get his toe onto it, and Butland holds on, and it stays Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2, and Stephen's just seen the still of the second offside decision.
It's so tight, it's ridiculous. It really is. But you're right, that was another week in a lapse of concentration almost there between Tavernier and Butland, or communication even. Saw that at the start of the half, but
Rangers still with the lead, but Fenerbahçe with the ball, and it's Amrabat picking up midway inside the Rangers half, switches it out to this near side, controlled well by Kostic. Ball infield to Tadic, rolls it back there to Skriniar. And now Tadic again on this near side, faced by Conor Barron. Tadic then to Skriniar. And he knocks it into the centre circle for Djiku. Ball to the right for Talisca. And then back to Djiku again. Fenerbahçe trying to find a way through. Rangers in their defensive positions here. Skriniar comes forward, turns it side foot out to the left for Saint-Maximin, who gets away from Yilmaz, bamboozled him there, and the chip ball to the back post, headed behind for what would have been a corner by Leon Balogun, but I think the ball, it's a goal kick, and it's swerved over the byline on its way across, and it will be a goal kick to Rangers, who lead this by 2-1 in Istanbul.
we're now past the hour mark, and you know, I can't say that Jack Butland's been forced into making many saves. They're not really ripping Rangers open at the back, and Rangers are still going to create other opportunities going forward. So going well, really well.
He made one brilliant save from Dzeko, didn't he, towards the tail end of the first half, but I mean too much else, and you hope it stays that way. Here's Czerny picking up as Rangers do some attacking. Midway inside Fenerbahçe territory, over on the far side with Diamonde. Back to the halfway line for Balogun, who finds Raskin, and now it's with Suter in the centre circle, who goes back to his captain. And Tavernier, who was the top scorer in this tournament when Rangers made the final 3 years ago, almost. It's Diamonde on the far side to Balogun, and then Raskin to Diamonde, who's tripped to the ground by Amrabat, and that will be a free kick to Rangers over on the far side, and that just settles things down a little bit. They've actually, Rangers away from home, they've only lost one of their last 7 away Europa League matches. That was that one at Old Trafford, and even on that occasion they were done in by that Bruno Fernandes goal in stoppage time.
And the Butland mistake, you know, so I mean, people speak about going away in Europe and how difficult it is all the time. Rangers this season have been phenomenal.
Misunderstanding between Balogun and Jefty down the left. He's apologising to all his teammates, and it goes out for a Fenerbahçe throw-in midway inside their own half, and then it's to Amrabat, and then it's back to his goalkeeper. Short ball to Skriniar at walking pace. He takes it up towards the halfway line, and then squares it left to right of the centre circle before it's pushed out to Mulder on the far side. Into Amrabat, up into the air it goes towards the 18-yard line of Rangers, headed away by Balogun. Dzeko heads forward, Tavernier heads away. Now picked up by Amrabat, who knocks it out to this near side for Kostic. Now Saint-Maximin gets the cross in. What a ball it was, but it's headed behind by En-Nesyri. Oh, he's looking up to the sky. He knows what an opportunity that one was. Now, whether he timed his jump wrongly or what, it's a fabulous ball by the Frenchman, Saint-Maximin.
The quality of that ball in, Liam, is absolutely top draw. And En-Nesyri, he's seen it coming in all the way. Okay, he's slightly off balance as he headers it, but he's got to get that on target. Rangers have got away with one there, and it's all because of the quality of that ball in.
An outstanding cross from the sub. Desser's heading it back towards the centre circle where Talisca goes down. No free kick. Rangers will play on. They're looking for that third goal now. It's Czerny up to the edge of the box. Rolls it to the right of it for Raskin. Couldn't get it beyond the first defender, Kostic, and out it goes for a throw-in only. Level with the 6-yard line. Talisca's talked himself into a yellow card. And I noticed earlier on as well, one of Mourinho's coaches also received a booking. There's a throw into Rangers on the near side. They're not in a hurry to take. Ridvan Yilmaz, the Turk, on Turkish soil, back in his homeland and looking to cause an upset. He's got a throw on this Rangers right. Bowled short to Czerny. Dinks it back towards Barron. Tries to flick it forward to Dessers. It's blocked by Tadic. Barron picks it back up. Now it's with Raskin, who gets it from Yilmaz. Back into the centre circle on the halfway line for Leon Balogun. Jefty down the line for Diamonde. He's just had it towed away from him though, and it breaks to Dzeko in the centre circle, and now it's flashed out to Tadic. Fires it down the left hand side for Saint-Maximin, taking on Yilmaz. Shuffles onto his right, back onto his left. Across it comes low, blocked by Tavernier. And now Czerny comes away with it on this near side.
He didn't need the extra chop there. He made the space to fire it in his right foot, goes for the other chop back onto his left, and at that point in time he was always going to get the cross cut out.
Amrabat for Rangers looks to switch it out to the left. It's a lovely curling ball to Saint-Maximin, who controls. Level with the edge of the D of the Rangers box. On this near side he finds Kostic, in comes the cross. Dzeko tries to control, he's got his back to goal, and that nicked away from him right in the nick of time by Nicholas Raskin. Rangers leading 2-1. We've played 3/4 of this first leg, and Raskin's found Czerny on the right. Desser's galloping forward to get into position here, and Czerny's found him again. Desser's at the edge of the box, takes the touches on the right foot, looking to pull the trigger. Waited too long, and Fenerbahçe will clear this time. He also the option of slipping in Diamonde to his left.
Should have done better.
Saint-Maximin up the other end, wins the throw-in off Tavernier, level with the Rangers 18-yard line.
It was another really good counter-attack by Rangers, and the pass into Dessers was excellent, and that's hold on.
Talisca. Oh, he's not that far away, I don't think, as he hit it with the left foot. Got so much behind it. He's 25 yards from goal. It goes past the left-hand post, and it will stay Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2. But loads of opportunities just in the last
few minutes. It's been a brilliant game, Liam. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But I was just going to say, the one where Dessers gets slipped in there, an excellent pass to him. When he's got too much time to think about what he's going to do is when he's not at his best. He overthought that situation. He had 2 or 3 options. For me, he should have just got it out of his feet and hit it. He's much better when he's instinctive.
If you're joining us just for the last 20 minutes of this game, we're at 20-90, Rangers leading 2-1, but they've had 2 goals ruled out after VAR checks in the second half, both scored by Dessers, who opened the scoring and set up Černý to re-establish the lead that Rangers continue to enjoy. But here's Kostic with the cross into the box, comes off Dzeko, headed away by Jefte and then bundled away by Diamande.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of balls into the Rangers box. Apart from that one for El Nesri a couple of minutes ago, none are really hitting the mark.
Amrabat fires it out to San Maximin on this near side. He's on his right foot, gets the cross ball in. It's dangerous here in Naziri on the turn, but his effort there, side foot saved by Butland comfortably in the end. But as soon as he swivelled and he was facing the Rangers goal, you felt there was only going to be one outcome.
Yeah, he got a lucky break at the ball and managed to get a smart turn. You're just thinking he's going to hit the bottom corner, then he just got it kind of choked a wee bit. I think the supporters aren't happy. Černy's down. Don't know if there's something wrong with him or it's just a wee bit of time wasting, but he's on the deck at the minute.
Yeah, the medics are coming on for Václav Černý. So Rangers, as they were at half-time, leading 2-1. Could have been so much better for them.
It really is. It's unbelievable.
Desser's been an inch further back.
It's incredible. But the thing is, that right now Fenerbahçe are flooding more and more players forward, and they're leaving themselves not in a great shape defensively. I do think the Rangers have got another chance in them before the end of the match. We're 20 minutes now. They've just got to hold out and keep defending these cross balls that are coming in, especially from down this left-hand side.
The bottom line is, I'm sure a lot of Rangers supporters, perhaps not all of them, would have settled for a narrow defeat tonight, so they had something to look forward to at Ibrox next Thursday. They fear the worst. It's a team that went out to a lower league side in the Scottish Cup just a couple of weekends, a few weekends ago.
The performance against Motherwell, which was their last one before this, was really poor. So
St Mirren one as well.
You wouldn't be coming here full of confidence or hope, but again, this Rangers Premiership, Rangers Europa League, 2 different teams.
Ferguson leading Mourinho right now. Dessers, nice turn away from Kostic. He's in the Fenerbahçe half. Rolls it right to left of the centre circle for Diamande. First time to Raskin. First time for Jefte. Jefte then takes a few touches and rolls it to Raskin. He finds Diamande on the touchline. Back up the line for Raskin. Talisca with the challenge and out for a Rangers throw-in.
He's just got so much energy, Raskin, hasn't he? Put in such a shift tonight. He's everywhere. Never stops.
Jefte over the throw, which is about midway inside the Fenerbahçe half. Bowls it to the left angle of the box for Černý, but he's had it nicked off him by Amrabat. And it's back there. Džiku goes back to his keeper. First time ball to his left for Kostic, left-hand side of his own box, up the near side for Dzeko. And then back to Kostic, fires it forward to San Maximin. And knock it back into his own half for Dzeko. Left to right of the centre circle for Amrabat. The Moroccan out to the right-hand side for Mulder. 17 of 90 left to play. Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2. And it's the hosts on the ball in the centre circle with Džiku to his left for Skriniar. It's worked out to Kostic via Tadic on the near side. Now with San Maximin turning away from Yilmaz. Nice disguised ball, left-hand side of the box for Tadic, who crosses, and the header from Talisca down into the ground is a comfortable take for Butland.
Yeah, I mean, it's brilliantly worked down this left-hand side again. San Maximin heavily involved. The stand-up from Tadic, and in comes Talisca. He looks like he's going to head it powerfully, but in the end does not get anywhere near enough force in it, and a comfortable save for Jack Butland.
Mentioned the Scottish Cup, the quarter-finals this weekend, starting tomorrow night with Hearts against Dundee, live here on Sports Sound and BBC Radio Scotland. Aberdeen Queen's Park, live in the radio, live in the telly on Saturday lunchtime. Celtic Hibernian, 3 o'clock kick-off on Sunday, live on the radio. And then Livingston St Johnstone, Monday night, on the radio, on the telly. Here come Fenerbahçe, crossing from the left-hand side from San Maximin, is headed over his own bar by Suter.
He's made a bit of a difference since he came on. San Maximin down this left-hand side, again another dangerous ball in. Suter left with no option other than to turn it over his own bar, but at the expense of the corner kick.
Former Monaco, Nice and Newcastle player, as the corner comes in across the face of goal. Dzeko misses it and then goes behind for a goal kick. And that is another how's your luck moment.
Well, the quality of the ball in, superb. It gets a flick at the front post, and Dzeko thinks it's going in. He doesn't. I think he's just going to try and leave it, and it's going to nestle in the back of the net. It goes inches past the post. I wonder if he could have made contact. You see from this angle, he probably could have. He decides to leave it. Wrong choice.
A couple of changes coming up for Rangers. Dujon Sterling is going to replace Ridvan Yilmaz. So Yilmaz will make way with 15 minutes of the 90 to play. Former Besiktas player Yilmaz. And also coming on is Yanis Hadji, who was born in this very city. The Romanian. At the time, of course, his dad is a legend at Galatasaray, and you say that word very quietly in this stadium, because they hate each other. Long ball, Dessers has done well to find Czerny driving to the edge of the box, but GQ gets in the way.
It was
great link-up play, wasn't it?
Yeah, excellent hold-up play from Dessers, and he's some match.
Sterling, and there's Dessers again, and then Raskin, and then Sterling with the outside of the boot, flicks it to Czerny. Right-hand side of the box, it's with Raskin. Level with the 6-yard line now, he's up to the byline, he chips it in, but it's a comfortable take there. By the Fenerbahçe goalkeeper. Rangers leading 2-1, the clock's sitting at 76. And it's bowled there by the keeper to Skriniar to his left, and then out to Kostic on this near side. Rangers eyeing up the quarter-finals of the Europa League, a long way to go. Of course, with the second leg next week, they managed a positive result almost exactly a year ago in Portugal against Benfica. Drew 2-2, which we take all day long there, and then lost 1-0 in Glasgow in the second leg to exit the tournament. But if they can take a lead back to Ibrox, what a chance they'd have.
Oh, absolutely.
There's Amrabat rolling it with the side foot to the left there for Kostic. Czerny at close quarters, it's now with Skriniar. And forward it comes here to Tadic, who's bundled to the ground by Barron.
Didn't need to make the foul.
Yeah, and this is in a decent area. Tadic has taken it quickly. He'll be regretting that now. It's gone straight through to Jefty at the back end of the box. And now it's with Hadji up towards the halfway line. Jefty goes to his left, Raskin to his right, to the Belgian. Raskin has it, lofts it towards Václav Czerny. Kostic gets the slightest touch onto it. Czerny looking to win the corner, which he does. Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 2.
Another good counter from Rangers. Just felt as though the right ball would have been Jefty down the left. He tries to pick out Czerny down this right hand side, who looks a wee bit leggy as the game's reaching its final stages, but he did enough to get the corner. James Tavernier's going to take it, outswinger.
Yeah, Rangers creeping ever closer to a famous result. And Tavernier with an outswinging right-footed corner from this near side as they attack the goal to the right. And it comes, it's scuffed towards goal. And it's held onto by the keeper. It was Nicholas Raskin. Didn't really catch it. Looked like Balogun was going to get onto it before him. He's injured himself.
Well, again, it's another head knock, and the referee hasn't stopped play. Oh, he's done it now.
Well, it's gone down like a lead balloon, as you can hear in the background. And Balogun looks like he's going to be okay. Given it's a little bump in the head, they'll probably be happy with that, given the injury problems that Leon Balogun has had.
Yeah, I mean, I see it, and we've got the replay of it, but he's clearly taken. Whoa. This announcer's on a different level, isn't he?
Substitution for Fenerbahçe, number 17,
you're hearing the change being made in the background. Get to that in a moment. Tavernier having to do some defending here, though. Mulder has come off. It's been replaced by Irfan Kahveci, 37 times capped Turkish international, Turkish Footballer of the Year in 2020. In the last couple of European Championships with his national side, as Amrabat picks up side football to Tadic, out to Sam Maximin on this near side, swings the ball in towards the back post, headed away by Balogun. Hadji gets onto it. We're flirting with the final 10 minutes of the 90 here. Rangers still leading by 2-1. Hadji's got it through to Raskin, who's adjudged to have fouled Talisca on the far side. He's claiming it was a legal challenge, but the Spanish referee Alejandro Hernandez gives Fenerbahçe the free kick. Crucial period in this tie, this.
Massive.
The last 10 minutes of the first leg. Rangers protecting the lead. Is Barry Ferguson about to get one over the special one? Raskin forward to Dessers, deep inside their own half. It's been fired forward by Raskin to Czerny. Czerny's in behind the defender. He's one-on-one, huge moment in the tie, and Czerny rolls it home. Brilliant goal by Rangers. Raskin found Czerny, who strode in behind the defence, and it's a wonderful side foot finish into the bottom left corner to give Rangers an almighty insurance policy in this Europa League last 16 tie. In the first leg, with about 10 of the 90 to play, it is Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3. Surely this time.
They're not taking this one away, Liam, and I can tell you right now, the pass from Raskin is absolutely wonderful. Dessers does well to cushion it back to Raskin. Czerny sees that, he's on his bike, but the pass through is inch perfect, weight perfect. And then Czerny's got to show the composure. Goes through one-on-one with the goalkeeper, takes a brilliant first and second touch out his feet, opens it up onto his favoured left and curls it round the goalkeeper. That's a brilliant goal. You felt as though Rangers were going to get more goals on the counter-attack in this second half as Galatasaray forced themselves forward.
Fenerbahçe.
Fenerbahçe.
I told you not to make a mistake like that here.
And they've done it.
It's a great goal, as you say. The ball from Raskin's outstanding. Let's go to Scott Arfield, who's watching in the studio, and I'm sure with a broad smile on his face.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely spot on, team. What a pass, Tommy, you've called it. But the pass with Dessers, it looks so easy. It looks so easy, but it allows Raskin to come on with absolute class to lace it right into Václav Černý coming on. And there's only one outcome. I've seen it time and time again this season. He just gets in that situation, opens his shoulders, opens his body, and he just passes it with style and grace right past the goalkeeper. And I was just saying, 2 of the 3 substitutions had been made, and my third one was going to be Iggerman for Czerny, so I'm glad that it's Barry Ferguson sat in that dugout rather than myself.
Yeah, I mean, everything about that goal there was excellent, and it's given Rangers an incredible 2-goal cushion here. We thought a couple of times earlier in the second half that the 2-goal cushion had arrived. Well, it has now. They lead 3-1. Czerny with the second of the game, and well, I mean, I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Liam, it's been a phenomenal performance from Rangers throughout the 90 minutes, but this second half especially. I mean, we're talking about 3 goals they've scored, 2 of them an inch from being goals obviously called offside.
I was away to say it could get even better, but it's been given as a free kick, and Dessers might have been in behind again there.
They've defended well as well. The work that they've put in the middle of the park to try and close down the Fenerbahçe team, and then at the back they've been absolutely brilliant in this new formation. It's just been an excellent performance all round.
You can see this out at 3-1. This is quite clearly bang up there with Dortmund in the recent history of Rangers, as Tadic picks up, rolls it to San Maximin on this near side, and down the line for Kostic. His cross is blocked there, and Rangers looking to make a double change. Iggerman and Lawrence are waiting on the touchline. They lead 3-1 in the 84th minute. Side football there by Skriniar to his right. Fenerbahçe will feel they need to score at least once between now and full time, as Fenerbahçe pick up, and it's Skriniar to Talisca on the far side. Fired into the middle there for Amrabat, looking for Tadic. Sterling gets an important touch onto it as it breaks to Raskin. Moves out to this near side. Tadic has nicked it back off him. And Barry Ferguson down there encouraging players to chase the ball when they've lost it. As the cross comes in, it beats everyone. Does come off a Rangers head at the back end of it and out for a Fenerbahçe throw-in. And anyone in the attacking positions couldn't get near it. Here they come again with Skriniar, Fenerbahçe. 6 minutes of the 90 remain. It is Sam Maximin getting it from Kostic on this near side. Side football along the deck. Amrabat decides to shoot. Blocked there by Balogun and cleared by Barron. Kostic picks up wide in the left. Takes it a bit level with the penalty spot. Crosses in, takes a deflection. And that favours Jack Butland, who holds on at his near post. Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3.
When Fenerbahçe have had the ball and they've been in reasonable positions, they've not really done enough with it. They've not asked enough questions of Jack Butland or the Rangers defence. The second half, there's been a few deliveries from this left-hand side, but Rangers have dealt with them by and large. And it's just
and Skriniar's missed it. Desser's in behind. He shoots with the left foot, but the goalkeeper makes a comfortable save this time. Just couldn't quite generate the power with the left foot that he needed to find that bottom right corner. And the keeper holds on, and it will remain at 3-1, but Skriniar's breathing a big sigh of relief.
It's just such basic bad defending. He's misjudged the flight of the ball completely, which has allowed Dessers to go almost into a 1v1 position. Chokes his shot a wee bit. I mean, he's had a lot of chances tonight, Dessers. That one he'd probably be a wee bit disappointed with. Already it's on his left, just chokes it a wee bit.
Fenerbahçe have a free kick meantime, wide on the left, level the edge of the D of the Rangers box, and it comes with the left foot, it's headed away only as far as Amrabat, who's on it, right-footed, curled ball in towards the right angle of the 6-yard box, but it's headed away by Balogun. Hadji collects on the far side, wins the ball and flicked on by Jeffrey. It was deflected. Here goes Raskin, who's driving forward down the left. He's in behind the defender. Skriniar comes across though and wins it back. Holds off Raskin. And then it's shifted by Amrabat to this left-hand side. There for Tadic. Now San Maximin twisting and turning against Sterling.
Stand well there, Sterling.
There's Kostic across the halfway line. Moves it left to right, low ball along the grass, along the other side of the centre circle for Skriniar, who can turn it to his right there. And the ball is dinked into the area. Dzeko, right-hand side of the 6-yard box. Balogun all over him though. The two veterans. Leon Balogun, well, get a bit of a nosebleed there. He's trying to drive down the left wing.
Just get back into position. He's angry with himself. But he's been good since he came on, Balogun.
Yeah, he can make the changes now. Rangers, Czerney's coming off. Lawrence will replace him. And Dessers, arguably, his best game in a Rangers shirt tonight.
It's right up there, Liam. I can't think of many better. He's been absolutely superb, not just in terms of his goal threat, and obviously a goal and an assist tonight. Unlucky with the other two, but his link-up play at times has been excellent. His wee touch for that pass from Raskin there for the third was good. A great night for him and for Czerney as well. You can always count on Czerney for goals in a Rangers shirt.
On come Lawrence and Egaman. Mourinho down there, hands in pockets, sullen look in his face. What a bitterly disappointing night for him. Have they underestimated Rangers? It'll be interesting to see what he says afterwards. 3-1 Rangers lead. Fenerbahçe unbeaten in 18 games. In comes the cross ball. The left foot into the Rangers box, headed away by Balogun. Picked up on the far side by Hadji. A misunderstanding with Raskin. It's gone straight to Amrabat. Crosses into the box. Tavernier heads away. Talisca, first time ball to the left angle of the box for San Maximin, taking on Sterling. The cross comes in, or the ball comes in, but it's cleared by Barron. Rangers trying to hang on. We're into the final 2 minutes of the 90. They're trying to hang on to their 2-goal cushion. San Maximin picks up and rolls it infield there to Kostic. He gives it back to San Maximin just outside the Rangers box, bends the cross in, it's a good one. And then the header back towards the 6-yard line is half away, and then rifled for goal by Talisca. And eventually behind by Rangers for a Fenerbahçe corner. as we move towards the 90th minute with Rangers leading 3-1.
It's got a wee bit nervy there, but it's going to be like that as you come into the closing stages of the match, and Fenerbahçe are throwing everything at it.
Corner kick in swinger from the far side as Fenerbahçe attack the goal to the left. And it comes, it's headed away by Sterling. Such an important time in the tie. Rangers with a 2-goal lead going into the second leg compared to a 1-goal lead can make such a difference as that cross comes in and Suter flicks it. Did it go behind for the corner? No, says the linesman, and Hadji prevented that. His long ball up towards Igaman. Amrabat wins the header against his compatriot, and then it comes back to Amrabat, who finds Tadic. Tadic then to Skriniar on the halfway line into the Rangers half with the right foot ball out to the left for Saint-Maximin at the left angle of the box, bends the cross in again. Balogun wins yet another header. Then Nasiri was behind him. It's been hard work at times for the Rangers defence. They've just got a few more minutes to go. It is Talisca, turns it to Kostic, who scuffs the shot well wide from 20 odd yards out past the right hand post harmlessly. We're about to go into the stoppage time, which will be a total of 6 minutes again, as it was at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, that was just got a wee bit desperate there in the end from Kostic. You know, they've tried putting balls into the Rangers box, plenty of them in this second half. Most have been dealt with really well by Rangers. This time 25, 26 yards out, gets the ball, decides to take the shot on. It's never going to happen, screws the shot into the ground, but they're frustrated.
They've only lost 3 of the last 14 Europa League games, Fenerbahçe, to Benfica. Rangers have only lost 3 of the last 14 Europa League games, Benfica, Lyon and Manchester United. As Dzeko comes forward, left-hand side of the box, pulls it back to Talisca. What a save by Butland. Butland gets down low to his right to tip it behind there for a Fenerbahçe corner. 3-1, that's another important save. He made a similar one from Dzeko in the first half.
That's an outstanding save. Dzeko does really well to hold the ball up, rolls it to their penalty spot where, hold on, here's a corner.
And it comes to the 6-yard box. Balogun wins another header. It's been a good game. You can look at him for that goal, but he's just been on, and Saint-Maximin gets away from Barron. And then he wildly shoots closer to the Rangers supporters than the goal itself. And it will stay Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3 in second half stoppage time at the end of the first leg.
He's not had much to do, Jack Butland, in the second half in terms of saves, but that is a big, big save in the context of this game, because if it goes to 3-2 and Fenerbahçe come to Ibrox only a goal behind, then it's a wee bit of a different story. If they can keep this 2-goal cushion and take that back to Glasgow, it is absolutely huge.
Rangers with Igaman coming forward up towards the Fenerbahçe box. The hosts clear. Rangers have negotiated 2 of the 6 minutes of stoppages. It's Talisca back to GQ, who turns it to his right for Skriniar. Plenty of Fenerbahçe fans leaving early here. Long ball from Talisca, looking to switch it out to the left, headed away by Sterling. It's not a great touchdown on the near side, but Tadic has made it work, and he's found Saint-Maximin. He goes down under the challenge of Sterling. Play on here as Lawrence does a bit of defensive work by challenging Tadic, and he goes out for a throw into Fenerbahçe. Now it's with Kostic, gets the cross in, away by Tavernier. It's to the left angle of the 6-yard box there. It comes back to Kostic on the near side. Crosses in, breaks towards the penalty spot. It's a diving header away by Balogun again. Skriniar out to Talisca, the right angle of the Rangers box, fires it in, and it's away by Suter. Only as far as Saint-Maximin, who picks up level with the Rangers penalty spot on the left. He's away from Lawrence, into the box he comes, pulls it back towards the penalty spot, but it's cut out by Raskin.
Really, really good. I've mentioned his energy earlier on. There he is, getting back into a really important area and snuffing out the cutback. Brilliant. He's had an excellent match. They all have. Well,
this has been an energetic performance, and there hasn't been energy in the Rangers team often enough in recent times.
No.
But there has been in spades this evening. It's Amrabat with the right foot ball down the left, looking for Kostic. Tavernier closes that particular avenue. Rangers leading by 3-1 in Istanbul. Skriniar coming forward. I mean, make no mistake, this is one of the most impressive results the Scottish clubs come up with in Europe recently. Coming to Turkey, potentially winning by 2 goals. Would be some result for Ferguson and co down there as Kostic picks up. He's gone for a goal. Butland holds on comfortably. Could easily have spilt that.
Yeah.
And En-Nesyri was looking for the rebound.
It dipped viciously right in front of Jack Butland, and that is very, very good goalkeeping. I know it looks fairly simple, but to hold on to that ball and just take a sting out of the game. Another few seconds goes by.
Yeah.
Oh, Rangers were getting a wee bit deep there.
To put it in context, Fenerbahçe have only lost 1 of their last 13 home games in the Europa League. Bilbao beat them 2-0 in December here in the league phase. They've only lost 2 of their 20 games at home this season. 1 to Galatasaray and the other to Bilbao. But they are clearly going to lose this game. Will it be by 1 or 2 goals though? Minute and a half left of the stoppage time, and they're deep inside their own half are Fenerbahçe here. Picked up by Skriniar, taking it up towards the halfway line. Out to the left for Kostic. He turns it back to Džiku, the Fenerbahçe goal scorer. They've done well to keep En-Nesyri and Dzeko quiet tonight. The Rangers back line as that long ball comes forward. Dzeko was the meat and the sandwich there between Balogun and Suter. They've done well to get it half away. Talisca picks up, fires for goal. It's well wide. And it will stay Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3, as we tick into the last of 6 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the game here in the Turkish capital.
Absolutely perfect for Rangers. They're hitting 28-yard shots.
They've had the ball in the net 5 times tonight.
It's incredible, and by a whisker, both of those offside.
We'll get the post-match thoughts of both managers. The guys will chew the fat over what they've seen here tonight. As Butland clears the goal kick, Amrabat's underneath it. Kostic looking to get onto it. Lawrence beats him to it, but now it's with Amrabat, who picks up left of the centre circle. Trying to find a way through here, Fenerbahçe. It's with Talisca on the left, gets the ball forward, but it's headed away by Lawrence, and the referee has blown for full time. He's having a look at his watch, and he has blown the whistle, and it is a famous victory for Rangers here in Istanbul, because they've put Fenerbahçe to the sword on their own patch, and the Fenerbahçe supporters who are round about us are absolutely stunned by this. Stunned! And little wonder. Cyril Dessers with a brilliant performance, led the line superbly well, giving them the lead on 6 minutes as he rounded the keeper, and despite Çağlar Soyuncu trying to prevent it from crossing the line, the goal line technology confirmed it was a goal, and Rangers led. Bit of adversity for them as well, with Robin Proper forced off, replaced by Balogun, who came on and was really impressive tonight, as they all were. Džiku levelled for Fenerbahçe on the half hour with a swivel and shot past Butland from the corner. But Rangers weren't to be denied. Dessert had the ball in the net twice in the second half. Both were ruled out for marginal offsides before Václav Černý was played in by Raskin, one-on-one with the keeper, and he rolled it past Igribaye to eventually give Rangers that 2-goal cushion that they will take into that second leg in Glasgow next Thursday, because this is another famous Europa League night for them. It really is. Not many teams come here and win, but Rangers have done. And Barry Ferguson down there has got one over Jose Mourinho. Against all the odds, Rangers in pole position for a place in the Europa League quarter-finals, despite all that domestic torture that the supporters of the club have been going through. They've always seemed to have Europe to fall back on. And one of their greatest captains has led them to one of their greatest away victories, certainly in the Europa League. It finished here in Istanbul with an incredible scoreline of Fenerbahçe 1, Rangers 3.
Following